InGear Monday to Friday from 6:35 in the morning.
A very pleasant good morning to those who just joining us. 6:46 is the time, 6:46 and a half. And a very pleasant good morning to those who just joining us and those who've been with us from the wee hours of the morning. I want to thank you for being there, and remember, whatever you do or say today, whether you agree or you disagree vehemently on a matter of point, be it family, social, religious, or political, to do it in love, because love is God. Love is of God, and love conquers all. We wanted to have a nice day today, a great day, a most wonderful day. Ladies, keep sugar jealous. Today is Monday, the 30th of March, 2020. Interest or friendship? Interest or friendship? We are moving and journeying, seeking for an end to this Lenten desert. Easter will soon come, but that will be the end of the desert, will it be? Will that be? I think not. Not with the coronavirus. It will be an extended desert. Before Jesus had entered into his passion and have left this earth, he told the apostles, disciples, I call you friends. And he said to them that friends know all that he knows. He was saying to them, because he and the Father are one, and he knows the Father, they too will know the Father as he does. He declared Peter as head of the church here on earth. Jesus was for all, and he wished that all men be saved, even the sinners. Political decisions, even back then in Jesus' time, were of interest of the politicians and not friendship. What do politicians and countries care about? Friendship or interest? Certainly, political interest is not about the people, it's about being elected. Friendship takes a second place. Countries only have interests, and politicians are the same. Let's take the example of Guyana and SVG. They have become similar in elections. The OAS and CARICOM observers were there in both countries during elections as observers. Election irregularities took place in both countries. The audit report of Region 4 in Guyana and Form 16 in SVG North Windward, illegal ballots in Central Leeward, the sharing away of lumber, cement, and galvanized to bribe people, even pigs. In SVG, we ended up in the courts through election petitions that have not been resolved after nearly 5 years now. But American and Commonwealth have recognized the ULP and SVG, notwithstanding the stealing problems over the past two elections and the illegitimacy of the ULP administration. But Guyana has now discovered oil and producing oil. And that speaks to a million reasons why the U.S. government on the 27th of March 2020 summons the Guyanese ambassador and informed him that the U.S. will not recognize any government sworn in without resolving electoral disputes. The U.S. interest is in oil. But SVG has none. So you call that hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is a word that Gonzalez embraced. He went to Guyana with CARICOM, insisting that the counting of the votes and that there must be accountability. Imagine that. He's looking for oil. Remember, Venezuela is in trouble, and even Russia is now pulling out all their assets out of Venezuela. Jesus did tell the scribes and the Pharisees, also lawyers, that they were hypocritical because their interest was not in the people's salvation, but of their religious and political status. You see, the coronavirus desert has unveiled all of this in SVG and around the world. But the only thing is that the governments have no control over the outcome of this tiny yet powerful virus. Somehow, and some of them believe, even here in St. Vincent, that they could trick God. This virus has exposed in SVG some of the other Caribbean countries' ability to manage the affairs of their respective countries with some form of equity. And worse than that, the Great America, the UK, the EU and China shows how little prepared by political design that they have failed. My focus is on SVG. According to Luke Brown, who is supposed to be the Minister of Health, in his address to the nation declared that the total cost of the quarantine facility will be $3 million. But I'm insistent that Buckerman Bay Resort was the most suitable place to use this at this time. That resort owes the government, not the ULP, the government of SVG, over $15 million in taxes and other stuff like electricity, water, probably NIS too. The argument put forward is that they can't use Buckerman because no one would want to buy it because it would be stigmatized. Well, we could neutralize that. Butch Stewart of Sandals has neutralized that crap. However, because he just allowed the Jamaican government to use a 52-room hotel to house quarantine victims. He hasn't stopped there. He's spending some $20 million in equipment such as ventilators. Where is the stigma? What's the ULP interest in Buckerman? What is their real interest? Based on Gonzalez's speech in the elections, not the love of people, he had already stockpiling election materials in millions ordered in some lumber, cement and galvanized. Do we as a people watch, listen and learn from the mistakes made by these large countries? When Leacock spoke about the model that is out there in the world, we want to thank Dr. Robertson for last night on Magic Radio for bringing to the fore as a health professional to speak boldly of what is before us. We're still awaiting all the other health professionals to speak boldly. The devastating blow that the coronavirus is having on them, which involves a very large part of the Vincentian diaspora. And we know that one Vincentian already fell victim in New York and died. We knew that we have about 3,000 workers on ships, and some of those ships were known to be infected with the virus. They are now returning home this weekend, coming up to Wednesday when the last flight of AA will be landing. And they are going back to their families. Do we have the discipline to truly self-quarantine? Their families can be and most likely will be infected. Time will tell, and only time alone will tell, from the nonsense meted out to us by our health authorities here. Where is the love? Where is the love? Other CARICOM countries have reduced electricity from between 20 and 33%. What have we done to St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Businesses are losing monies as we speak. And electricity is a major overhead because they have to keep their equipments running and their plants and their buildings. Well, that's only one example. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?